Hi and welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, Tiff Hall. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders, past and present. Today I'm talking about bums, and I'm a bum expert and I am obsessed. From Debbie. Hi Tiff, need your help. I have the big C, went from 62 kilos to 45 kilos, and now I have no bum. It's flat. I need help for the best way to bring back a rounded backside. Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry to hear you've been battling the big C. Now, a lot of that weight loss would have been from muscle mass as well as fat loss, which is why your derriere is so flat. So glute training for health is super important, and it's great that you want to get a strong backside back. Training your glutes works your muscular, skeletal and cardiovascular system. So any kind of strength training is going to strengthen your muscles and bones, get your heart rate up and blood pumping to build stamina and endurance by strengthening your cardiovascular system, which transports blood, oxygen and really important nutrients throughout the body. So this is a great goal. Having strong glutes helps to prevent injury and poor mechanics by giving your body balance and stability. So for example, your glutes, when they are strong, then it's easier for your knees to keep in a stable position while running. You have less knee pain and injuries such as ACL tears, and hips and lower back are also better because the glutes help carry out that hip extension. If your glutes are weak, you will end up using your back more when lifting, and your erector muscles will work extra hard to perform the task. The added stress on your spinal discs, ligaments and muscles when lifting in this manner can lead to lower back pain, strains and injuries, which we just don't want. So getting good glutes, it's just a great goal and I'm all about it. Now, to train the glutes for growth, you want to focus on exercise that specifically target these muscles, and I have 6 tips for this. You need to choose the right exercises. This is my first tip, right? And some of the best exercises for targeting the glutes include squats, deadlifts, lunges, hip thrusts, glute bridges, and step-ups. You want to also include single leg exercises like single leg deadlifts or lunges to address any imbalances. And I'll go through a list because I'm a bit of a glute nerd. I have a Bible on the glutes and it's an encyclopedia on the glutes. I follow glute scientists around the world. I study this stuff, and if I was listening to a podcast about the glutes, I'd want a list of the best glute exercises. So the best exercises for the upper glutes are hip thrusters, back extensions, glute bridges, standing hip abduction, side lying hip abduction, and seated hip abduction. And the best exercises for mid-lower glutes are your hip thrusts, your back extensions, glute bridges, squats, deadlifts, split squats, pull-throughs, frog pumps, and hip external rotation, right? Now, my second tip is you've got to use the proper form. This is crucial for preventing injury and also making sure that you're targeting the glutes and not something like the hamstrings or the quads. For example, when you're doing squats, you want to make sure that your knees aren't caving in, that you're pushing up from your heels, making sure that the depth of your squat is good, like you're sitting down on a chair that isn't there. Like, you really want to make sure that your form is right so that you're hitting and targeting the right muscle. Number 3 is all about progressive overload. You're not going to get anywhere unless over time, you increase the load on your muscles. So you can increase the load by weight or the number of reps or sets or how often you train your glutes. Number 4, that's about nutrition. So I always bang on about it in this podcast, but you want to eat protein because protein helps build those muscles and it supports your energy levels. And I just love protein for so many reasons, but you don't want to be in a calorie deficit, basically. You can't be in a calorie deficit and want to build muscle. You have to be in a calorie surplus. You want to eat your calories, good whole foods, and have a lot of energy to build that muscle. Number 5, all about recovery. So make sure that you're recovering your glutes. They're big muscles. When you train them, they're going to be sore. When you sit down, you're going to feel it. I always know I've done a good glute session when it hurts to go to the toilet the next day. You know, you're squatting down and you're like, that's me on a good glute workout. And, you know, you can recover in many different ways. Foam rolling, stretching, going for a walk to flush out the lactic acid, you know, doing a sauna, a cold shower. There are so many different ways to recover. And then my last point is about consistency. To grow a muscle, it takes time and it does take consistency. So you want to be really making sure that you're doing like maybe 3 sessions a week on your glutes if that's your goal, and really sticking to it. So I hope that helps, and I hope you're feeling good, Debbie, and please check back in with me. I want to know if your glutes grow and if you're feeling stronger in the backside. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_XO and let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.